Tiko, Texas show here tonight.
Tiko. Hey.
Girl, y'all, that's my motherfucking girl. Who you with, Patric?
Hey, fucking rolling along with Tiko fucking Texas.
Hey, what's good? R.I.P, co-founder Rolling Loud. Checking in with Barstool Sports. Salute the gang over there.
Tiko, Texas. I'm here with
22. Shout out my boy Dave. Shout out KFC. We doing this thing. Shout out Tiko.
Hey, it's Sean Don. I'm with Tiko, Texas on Barstool Sports, man. You already know.
And this is
The Tiko 10, motherfucker.
What's up, y'all? It's the motherfucking Tiko 10 with Tiko, Texas.
It's Patric Tiko.
And this is the Tiko 10.
Motherfucker.
Let's
get it.
Up. It's episode 30. We got Pat in studio. What's up, Pat?
What's good, baby? It's good to be back again. We back like Jack. Congrats.
We in this hole.
Hey, baby.
Jack and the Mac. You know
Jack
what it
and the
is,
Mac.
man. We got a lot to talk about y'all today.
Sure.
To talk about with y'all today. And it's been a crazy weekend. It's been a crazy week.
Been a crazy week.
Crazy week. Me and Pat were actually in Lisbon, Portugal the week before for our sister's wedding.
Yes.
That was crazy.
That was a crazy experience.
Crazy experience.
You know, it's good to experience it from not being the person getting married because you can cry for them, but then you also don't got to cry for the rest of your life like them either. So it's
That's
like,
true.
You
That
know,
is very,
I get
very
to enjoy
true.
it through them only.
That's true. That's true.
You
It was
know,
a beautiful ceremony.
It was gorgeous.
A very nice castle in Lisbon. One of the most beautiful castles I've seen.
Yeah, ever.
You know, the architecture of the castle was beautiful. The ceremony was beautiful. Everything was awesome. And it was really crazy because we had all of our 5 siblings there. And it's very hard to get us in the same room. I feel like we haven't been in the same room for like a decade.
And it's hard to get us in the same room and not be like WWE Royal Rumble.
I mean, it was a little bit of that too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how the shit goes.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. It was my first time in Lisbon.
Absolutely.
It wasn't your first time.
Well, you know, we're going to scrap the past. It was my first time this time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, it's your first actual real time experience in it.
Yeah. And it was crazy to see our sister look like a princess. You know, like
she did, a Disney
princess. She looked like a black Disney princess.
Did. She looked like Cinderella. She looked like Brandy from Cinderella.
She low-key did. And you know what? I was sitting there, bro, like trying not to shed a tear. I was low-key, bro. Tears were rolling down my eyes. I was looking tough, though. I was like, I ain't tripping. I some stiff. Yours too?
I definitely cried when her vows came up. Her vows were really nice.
She started walking down the stairs, bro. She came across, and you know, I was like, damn.
It was so nice. Shit. You know, it makes you think about your own wedding, right?
Huh?
Makes you think about your own wedding maybe someday, you know?
What?
Makes you think about, loving someone that much to commit to them on a piece of paper.
Okay.
You know, in front of all your family and friends to see. It made me think about it for sure, you know? I'm like, wow, you know, how will it be when I get married and all my family sees this, you know?
You okay? What happened?
That's what makes you think about. Maybe I caught the Lisbon love bug out there.
What the hell?
I did catch a little lover. A little lover.
What? Talk about that. Actually, wait.
Lisbon
I don't
lover.
think I know about that, but I know what happened, bro.
What happened?
I know you and that dude hooked up.
What hooked up?
I know you and my boy hooked up.
What is hooking up?
I ain't never had this conversation with you.
What is hooking up?
You brought it back.
What is hooking up?
So check this out.
We
I
got
can
a
tell you
Lisbon
right
love
now.
affair.
All right, we off top. I'll tell you right now. This dude that was supposed to be my partner was chilling with my sister.
Hold on, don't say name.
I ain't saying no name.
Okay,
I don't even remember his name.
No face, no case.
Like, listen, no face, no case, but we chilling, you know what I'm saying? Me and him supposed to go out and get some hoes. I'm like, they my wingman, Maverick Goose, you feel me? Like, Need for Speed, you know what I'm saying? And then, listen, he disappeared. My sister's like, oh, yeah, we're leaving. We're going home. I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine with me because I had some hype anyway. Whoever don't like that, don't listen. I'm just joking. Didn't have any hype.
No
quote,
hype.
Quote.
Me neither.
Yeah, but you know,
me neither. You had no hype. I had no hype.
Nah, I know what happened. The next morning, he didn't show up and she didn't show up at the same time.
Shit.
So we had 2 people who left together. They didn't show up at the same time, but I showed up at the same time.
Listen, Sherlock Holmes, I don't know if these clues are adding to what
you know
you're
what's
saying.
crazy? He started acting a little different. He ain't talked to me as much because he felt guilty.
That's not true. He told me that he wanted to have a conversation with my brother.
I saw
But
him.
I'm like,
I was
about-
staring at him. I was like, bro.
Yeah, he's like,
I know what's up.
This
bro.
is so
like,
hilarious.
I was like, I know
What
what's
about
up.
your lesbian love affairs? How
Whoa,
come I can't check them? How
whoa,
come I
because
can't
you don't
press
know him.
them?
I was too smooth, baby.
You was too smooth.
Yeah,
Okay, I was a
you know
little
what
more
I'm saying?
high. I gotta
Yo,
be like you.
That's kind of messed
But
up.
no,
I'm supposed to go to my sister's wedding and then hang out with a dude, and a dude clap my sister. Like,
He
what the
didn't
hell?
clap. What the hell? What are you talking about? There was no clapping going on. Just a little kissing, you know, a little love affair, a little cuteness, a little romanticness. We were in Lisbon, Portugal, you know, but it was really, really cool. It was nice. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time
I'm sure
there.
you enjoyed it.
And I really want to go back. I think it was like super relaxing.
It was.
I'll tell y'all that about Lisbon if y'all never been. I'll tell y'all it was super relaxing, very chill. It seems like no one there worries about money.
No.
Or jobs.
For sure.
Or living.
Or they don't have any jobs.
Yeah, it's
Because
just.
they're all immigrants. Yeah. So,
It was crazy.
I mean,
It's just
it was
chill
crazy.
as fuck. It was chill as fuck, but
Yeah, I
we
got
survived.
I got reverse cowboy. I'm talking about like the game.
Oh,
video
nice.
game.
Oh, nice.
You know
nice.
that game?
I
Yeah,
know
you
Cowboy
played.
Depop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
love
we
that.
fucked that hoe up. We fucked Lisbon up, baby. Lisbon
What
ain't
was crazy is
ready.
right after going to go see our sister get married, we immediately had to land and immediately get thrown into Rolling Loud.
We did.
Rolling Loud.
Like, we was, I mean, you was rolling loud at Rolling Loud.
We was rolling loud at the Rolling Loud. Shout out to our Connect. You know, we won't say your name just so everybody not blowing you up all the time.
Yeah.
But shout out to our Connect who always make sure they were good. You know,
Yeah,
as soon as we
true.
landed, they came through with the pack for us backstage all 3 days for me and the gang. What I really love about Rolling Loud, before even getting like associated with them and like
Yeah.
now starting to work with them,
Yeah.
is I just love the community that it brings together.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone comes there and they buy their
true.
outfits and they plan. It's just something to look forward to.
Yeah, it brings
And in
together
life,
the whole
we need things
STD
to-
community.
We need. I mean, Gen Z. I mean, I don't know if y'all wrapping up or not, but wrap it up. But we need community. We need things to look forward to, and I think
Yeah.
that's one of the best things that Rolling Loud does. People get their fits ready. You get your group ready. You get your entourage ready. You get to see your favorite artists because Rolling Loud gonna bring everybody that you love. And I think even now, you know, starting to work with them, do content with them, and actually do more official business with them, I see that like really, really, they're a fucking dope ass company.
They are, and they're
Really?
spreading like a wildfire.
And very, very cool.
Yeah,
Right?
no, they're very awesome, very hardworking, humble people.
Exactly.
You know, you could approach any of them and they're
Any
cool as
of
hell.
them.
I mean,
It's
and they're
really,
spreading
really
all over the
dope.
world, like the diseases they're giving at the event.
You stop talking about diseases.
I know.
Please.
Portugal got me scared.
This is a kid-friendly show.
Portugal got me scared.
Psych.
I need to go see the doctor. I'm coming, doctor. I'm coming.
I was actually blessed enough to get into 4 different press pit mosh pits. We had first one was Uzi.
Yeah.
You was there with
Uzi
me.
was crazy.
That was day
Wow.
1. So
Uzi
let's
was hitting.
let's run it through them with them. We get there on day 1 on Friday, a little late because you know how we move, basketball player time, and we get there a little bit late. And when we walk in immediately backstage and immediately walk into Uzi's press pit, and just imagine it's just you and your friends.
Yeah.
In the press pit, and
Yeah.
that's it. There's only photographers and you and your friends, and the craziest vibe.
Yeah.
You saw Uzi pointing at us?
Yeah, I saw him. He was
You saw
jumping.
him?
He had came over you when he had walked off the
Yeah.
stage to the side. He was standing right behind
He
you
was
guys.
standing.
You know, I felt bad because when we was looking at all the people suffering and people getting smushed and
Yeah.
crushed, and like they look like slaves. You know, I wish I could pull them to freedom, but I couldn't. I couldn't be Harriet Tubman. I kind of felt bad. You know what I'm saying? People were like dying and falling over and shit. I was seeing like a little short girl like this small, and she was like half over that motherfucker.
What was
like,
good though,
you know,
what I
like,
would
damn.
say, what they do versus maybe what Travis Scott didn't do at Astroworld is that they have those security guards their place where if they see
True.
anybody that's really messed
They
up,
pick
they
'em
pick
up.
them up and take them out of the crowd. I think that's important, you know, to
they
have
hold 'em
that.
up.
So Rolling Loud, thank you for keeping everybody safe because I didn't hear about any casualties. I didn't hear about
I
any
didn't either.
hurts. I didn't hear about anything like that. So I think we're grateful. You know,
Yeah,
no
we are.
shade to Travis because we Mo City all day, but we're grateful to go to a festival and feel safe. So thank you, Rolling Loud, for always making us feel safe.
For sure.
Then
Round of
then
applause.
the later on that night was Cardi. Our Connect again walked me into the press pit for Cardi, and that was insane. Like, I'm talking about, I know Rolling Loud loves Uzi, but I think it's some real crazy thing going on with Cardi because they were going absolutely nuts. Like,
Really?
nuts. So
You know, I wouldn't know because you left me at that point.
well, I mean, you know, sometimes in the group, and we all know here, everyone came to Rolling Loud that's in this group right now. Sometimes the group does not end up to be the final group of what you would like. Every time that I went to the pit, I went alone, and I was just praying that my friends brought their ass over there with me. The first day I did escort everybody, but besides that, I was just hoping that
She
everybody
dipped
else
out,
come
kind of like she
through.
did with my
It's
friends.
every man for
She-
themselves, right? In Rolling Loud.
just
I mean, you
gotta
get
go.
your group, but when we're getting into that press pit, baby, it's every man for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So Cardi was cool. I wish you could have been there, bro, because I was alone in it, but it was great. We got some really good footage that we'll tie into here right here for y'all. Let's tie into that footage. Tie into that footage, Chevy. Show them what we was doing up in the pit. So that was the second pit that we got into, and then oh my gosh, we gonna talk about Rocky?
Yeah,
Let's talk about Rocky.
yeah.
Rocky, we're with Rocky on the walking in, and shout out to Glorilla, because Glorilla was right there and she was really nice. She seemed really cool. So we was with Rocky walking in, and then they shut it completely down. But you know Tiko, Texas gonna get through, even though they shut it completely down. So I got through, and the experience, I would say, was probably something I'll never forget in my life, because Rocky's energy, especially he had a bunch of people with the Chevy showed him. He had a bunch of people with the white mask all over their face, and they made their own mosh pit out of the press pit. So the press pit was a mosh pit. And if you weren't moshing, you weren't supposed to be in the press pit. So I'm trying to mosh and get content all the same time. I'm like, where the fuck is Pat? Y'all and all my goddamn other friends when you need them, goddamn. I'm trying to record and fucking turn up. Flacco, Jody, trying to record it too. It was absolutely nuts, but it was an experience that I'll never forget. It kind of sucked being the only one in there, you know, part of aside from my group, but it was really, really nice. It was dope. Did you like his performance at least?
I did. I mean, I'm happy for your experience. You know,
Thank you.
hey, at least one of us. You know,
Get the content.
better be you.
Get the content.
Better you than me, of course. But yeah, I mean, it was crazy. You know, I didn't think his performance actually started off that strong, but I think once the Gorilla performed, the girl,
exactly,
and she performed that FNF or whatever, and he fed off, the crowd fed off her energy, and they were alive, and then he just exploded. From that point on, I mean, his performance was like an A+.
Exactly.
I mean, dude, I don't even know anything about him, but he had me. Like, I was kind of like, my socks were moving.
Wow.
You know, you can't see it. Like, it wasn't like this, but my socks were like moving up and down. You know what I'm saying? I'm just too heavy, so I don't really translate like that.
I know he
You know
was
what I'm saying?
he was getting upset at security. He didn't feel like they were letting his people mosh. He's
They
like,
weren't.
let my people mosh, let my people mosh. They're just trying to kick us out of the mosh pit. He's like, I literally planned this for my performance. So
Yeah.
he was getting pretty upset.
No, Rocky,
about
that was an amazing performance.
Did you
for sure.
see his face that's going viral in the
I
pit?
see that.
So
Like,
he jumped from the stage onto the GA crowd. And I guess I couldn't see what's happening. I just seen him jump, you know. But when I saw the videos on the internet, his face is like, and now everybody's doing memes. They're like when you stick it in too fast. I don't know what they just.
that looked like when a
say
girl put a
whole
thumb
bunch
up your ass. I'm not gonna lie, I never had that, but I mean, it looked like somebody put something. I think maybe when somebody's trying to hold him up, they shove something up his. You know,
I think he was stressed out because it's like GA is crazy enough, you know. And imagine you being the artist that's
And then
performing, hopping in
You
that.
see Rihanna's stone cold face, like, what this nigga doing? Like,
Man, let's not. Oh my gosh! So I had a goal for day 2 of Rolling Loud, and the only goal was what, Patrick? What was my only goal for day 2?
Riri.
Riri. I wanted to see Riri. I was stalking out. I was just hanging out, lurking backstage. I was waiting for her. I won't lie, you know. And I really wanted to see her because we've had a really good interaction before. So I was wondering maybe if we could have another one again. But they kept her locked and loaded, man.
Right, they shut down the entire place. They didn't even do that for Nikki. Everybody was able to be next to her, whatever. We sat in Nikki's
They
VIP.
shut it down for Rihanna.
They closed the entire place off.
Entire place
like
off.
FBI, like you
literally. So we didn't even get to kind of get a peep of her besides what Rolling Loud posted. But we love you, Rihanna, and we're sad that we didn't get to see you because that's what I wanted to see. Even the crowd, I heard them. They're like Rihanna. I'm like,
she should have came on stage. Just to
that would have been nice. Just a little wave.
Yeah,
because then I would have known, and then I wouldn't have went nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I would have just sat my ass right there by that back trailer. Like, let me just catch Robin. But nah, it was really, really cool. I liked Rocky's performance. I think he did a great close to the show.
And it's good that Riri's actually going to perform at the Super Bowl. I mean, I guess
that's awesome.
Jay-Z was able to get her over that Colin Kaepernick stuff. They were able to fix that situation. And I wonder if she's going to drop some new music around that time.
That's what everyone's saying because it's a lot of memes on the internet basically saying like, oh, Rihanna's going to come out and just talk about her makeup and skin line and then walk away and shit. Like, it's a bunch of shit people are saying because she doesn't, she hasn't made new music in some years. So I think that's a good tell that she'll probably have a single at least.
One single,
One single to be. If she doesn't, it would be kind of like crazy. That would. So we're looking forward to that Riri Super Bowl performance. Shout out, we love black musicians and artists getting on the Super Bowl stage. That's inspirational for the rest of us. So shout out to Riri for doing that. The last day of Rolling Loud was Future.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, so Future's one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah.
I really enjoy him. I enjoy his music. I enjoy his performances, and it's crazy. I had a goal for every day of Rolling Loud, and almost all of the goals got met. But the last day, I said I just want me and my squad to get into the press pit for Future. That was like my entire goal. When we first linked up, me and my brother, we got a group of probably like 15 of us, right?
Yeah.
Half of them is with him, half of them is with me, and I think we're like the two probably leaders of the group.
Yeah.
So, when I wanted to lead to the cocktail, I think my brother was leading another way, and it's like once you get separated and Rolling Loud, it's kind of impossible to find each other again.
It's a nice story. But yeah, you're right.
I mean, this is how it happened.
Yeah, it happened.
I was leading this way. You could have easily came with me.
I was waiting on some people. Nah, that's cool.
Yeah, you didn't communicate that.
Yeah, you didn't communicate either.
I said we were going for a cocktail.
Cocktail where? It's about 500,000. I walked that way.
You did not walk with us.
We did.
Did they walk with us?
That's how we.
Girl.
That's how I ended. No. We was behind you because we were waiting on somebody. But that's how we found that little stage all the way over there because we were searching. We were like, what the hell? There's about 50,000 restaurants and beer places.
Y'all must have walked past it.
We all walked directly past it because we went to the Duce Lounge, Duce and De Leon. Shout out to Duce and De Leon because even though y'all had $20 drinks, they did get us right, and it was nice. Had a photo booth there. Y'all would have really liked it. When I was there, I was like, dang, where's the group? They would have liked it. It was like a cute little, like, interactive little studio in there. So he got separated. We got separated. And I go backstage. And today, on the last day, they were being strict. Really? They're like, no escorts, da-da-da-da. The guy that was there yesterday was behind it. So he was like, it's two. So he was in the back, so he ain't the one calling the shots. So he kind of looked at me like, damn, like, da-da-da. But I told him about my little plan, and he was without telling my plan in a minute. Yeah. So I went back there with the, backstage passes, and then I let him know, I was like, I'm about to put something in his bag for give it to the people out there. Mm-hmm. He's like, I know what you're doing, it's all good. I was like, yeah. I ain't gonna say your name either because we're not getting you fired, but I appreciated that a lot. So we put the bag and handed it back, and then someone else put on their band, and then they put the band on, just put it in the camera bag, handing it back, and then next the whole squad was backstage. One band.
1/3 of the squad.
Well, yeah, 1/3. Half of the squad.
Yeah.
Half of your half was with you. My half was with me.
And I had an extended half of somebody else's half.
Oh, who was that?
Our boy Remy brought like 7 people. I had to get them all in VIP.
What? Who?
All those Mexicans.
Who was that? Who's they with?
I don't know.
Oh, wow. That's what we were doing. We were just getting whoever we could do. Because you appreciate it. It comes back to you.
It's funny. Some 16-year-old kids was there, and they was like, one of them came up to me as a white girl. She's like, hey, someone stole my ID. Can you buy me some alcohol? And I looked at her like, motherfucker, you don't look a day past 14 years old. Who the fuck you trying to fool? You know what I'm saying? So they was like, I didn't know if it was a setup or I don't know if it was real. Yeah. But I mean, they was trying to get people to buy them.
Because it seemed like narcs. It could be.
Yeah, like I don't trust none of that shit. Like,
they just was trying to turn up. They was trying to turn up, but they gonna have to wait a couple years.
Hell nah.
Don't have to wait. Don't go up too fast.
Exactly.
Chill. Enjoy it. Just you hear, hit your little vape pen or whatever the little kids do. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know
do
what
that until you get a little bit older. But no, we went backstage. We ended up in GS9's press pit. I mean, not press pit, but artist lounge. Oh. We ended up with GS9, talked to Rowdy Rebel.
Oh.
We were setting up an interview for him to come to Barstool.
Wow.
So we got to connect with that. That was really, really cool. And then me and Yana walked out looking for the Drew because he had texted me, but we didn't wait for the text back. We walked out and couldn't walk back in. And then we didn't know why. And then they heard on the radio, it said Offset, Breezy, Future all pulling up. I didn't see Chris Brown though. So I don't know if he was actually there. But yeah, Offset, Breezy, and Future, they were like, oh, it's all pulling up right now. So then we all left backstage, and then we're going into VIP, and we see them letting press cameras through.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hold on. Like, they letting press cameras through the press pit. I'm pressed. Hello. So I go up, and then the black guy, shout out to the black guy, whoever he was, he's like, you want to come up? Come on. So he picks me up. And then folks toss me over the thing. Boy, toss me over the thing. My leg gets caught onto some other white guy, some baseball
So
fan.
you upside down?
Like, we both like this, trying to get in the bed with Future.
I'm too old to raise my leg up. All right, hold on.
And, you know, his friend was mad at that and tried to hate on it. He like, hey. And I'm like, bitch, fuck out of here. We gone. So went right through them, kept on walking. And then so now it's a test.
Yeah.
Is any other squad members going to come there? Because I'm not going to have fun. I'm really hoping 1, 2, some can come through. So I'm sitting there for a couple minutes. There go my boy Tony walk up. Then a couple more, 2 minutes later, there go my boy JD walk up. And then right after that, there goes Yana, his girlfriend, walking up. And after that, then we got this. Then we got that. And before you knew it, the whole entire squad was in the press pit for Future. Just like I envisioned. Even Ojo, he came last. Ojo was the one that we thought didn't make it. And then 5 minutes later, he came in, and we all like rolled up, sparked up, and we were all feeling it so much. I think everybody, like all of my whole group was so happy. We were like, oh, we made it. We recorded Future. And then 5 minutes later, it's a downpour. Yeah. It just soaks the festival completely. I think, you know, it's like sometimes good with the bad, though, right? You know, so it's like we got in the pit with Future, but we got rained on so bad. That's how kind of the yin and yang of life, you know what I'm saying? They can't be all good all the time, you know? So besides the rain, Future did, and he kept on performing in the rain.
He did?
But besides the rain, he did really, really well. And I was just grateful for those moments, grateful to get in the press pit for all those 4 headliners and be able to experience that. I just think that it's something that's so addicting. That's why it's like I go to all these Rolling Louds. I've gone to LA. I've gone to Miami. I would have gone to Portugal if I didn't want to go for the first time when I was going for my sister's wedding. I'll follow them around the world because of the feeling they give you and the vibes they give.
Yeah.
I don't think you can find it anywhere else.
No.
Mm-hmm. Even Coachella and even South by Southwest and all that. Like, I enjoy those, but it's just like Rolling Loud is something kind of different. It's just... Yeah. It's just different, you know, and it's
that's
just
why I'm
really,
excited.
really cool.
You guys says going to Thailand.
Thailand in April.
So
yeah.
we're definitely gonna be doing some rush hour shit out there.
We definitely gonna be turning
We're gonna have to go to one of them.
Tiko 10 takes Thailand, baby.
We're gonna have to go to one of them brothels where you pick the girls and shit, you know, and just to pick them just because we can.
I want the geishas. I want a geisha.
You want the geisha?
I want a geisha.
You can get
Is
the
that
geisha.
Thailand?
I don't know.
Where's that at?
Somewhere in Asia.
Asia, right? Exactly.
Yeah, so
somewhere.
we're gonna ask
Singapore.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Nepal. Yeah. So
Okay.
when we go, I don't know where Nepal's at. I'm thinking it's in Asia.
Nah, but wherever they go, shit, Nepal, Rolling Loud, next we there. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
so
yeah. Timbuktu, we out
It was a
here.
really great weekend. I think also what I did love too is that my Connect gives me enough wristband so I'm able to bring my friends and have my friends have these different experiences and have them have these first time experiences and have them like feel it. And I can tell, like, you know, you can give someone money, right? But you can't give them experience, you know? You can give somebody gifts, you can give whatever, but an experience is probably my favorite thing as a person to give to people because that's something that they'll carry on with their hearts for the rest of their life. Shoes they might lose or, you know, money they might blow or whatever, but an experience will stick with them. And I could tell that all of my friends was really grateful, you know, for the experience. And I think that they're like, yeah, I'm lucky as fuck to be Tiko Texas' friend. Because, we get the amazing experience.
But why doesn't that work with relationships? I mean, I'd rather just give experiences rather than have to spend money on
We're not
bitches
talking
and
about
shit.
sexual experiences, Patrick.
I mean, just any experience.
We ain't talking about sex. We talking about, you know what I'm saying? Have you took a bitch to Paris?
I'm not gonna disclose
Exactly.
that information.
So that's the type of experiences. You know, they want some shit they haven't experienced.
Yeah, but
before.
that take a lot
They
of
done
money.
hit the dick way too many times. That's the hoes you like. You know what I'm saying?
Hell.
So it's like that ain't nothing new for them. You know what I'm saying? They do that all day, every day. You know what I'm
shots
saying?
being fired here. I just don't know in what direction.
No, but to close off topic number one, because I know we're going a little on
Damn.
about it, but it just happened, y'all. It just happened this weekend, so we're still kind of fresh on it. But to close out topic number one, I think we both want to say thank you so much to Rolling Loud.
This is fantastic.
For the
Appreciate you guys.
experiences, for the connections, for the networking, for the level up, for the introductions, for the backstage passes, for the free drinks, for the free merch, for everything that you do for us and the community as a whole. We love you. That's one thing that ain't dying out is Rolling Loud.
It's never.
That's never gonna die out, baby.
Only the people that caught the STDs that Rolling Loud to die out before Rolling Loud.
But chlamydia, you can just take it with a shot. That'll die out too.
Yeah. Okay. True.
All right, let's get it. Topic number. Oh,
shit! Fumble! Fumble! Oh my goodness! What the fuck? Oh shit! I don't know what just happened. Hey, hell no! Throw that hoe back. Throw that hoe this way because she can't catch.
Throw that hoe. Oh, interception!
Slap. That's not. It's an incomplete pass.
Interception.
Oh! Look at that, boy! Hey, that's how you do it.
All right.
Only the cowgirls could do this.
Topic number 2, NFL. Man, NFL's back. NFL is back, baby. It's back.
Yeah.
You back to not having your boyfriend on Sunday mornings anymore.
Damn right.
Back to
Not for long.
back to getting back in the grind. How you feeling about football being back?
Man, so I'm excited. All right, for the summer, it's too fucking big of a gap between NBA and NFL ending to NBA and NFL starting.
Yeah.
Because all we got is like baseball and baseball
Ew,
drags.
exactly.
So
We
it
don't
feels
like the
like
baseball.
we don't like baseball. No, I watch hockey before I watch baseball.
No cap shots
And
to spin
soccer.
chiclets. Mhm.
Yeah, even damn near WWE if I have to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
No cap.
Exactly.
Anything. Tennis, golf, shit.
I know.
Whatever,
Even a
anything.
sport that's not even created yet. I watch it before
Skateboarding,
baseball.
cheerleading, whatever it is.
Cheerleading, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's some interesting storylines. So last night we saw Brady versus Rodgers. I mean, Brady's kind of been on a win streak against Rodgers.
Yeah.
Rodgers lost his best receiver, Devontae, to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Brady got a bunch of receivers, but the problem is they all hurt. You know, Brady has Julio Jones, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. But all three of them are out with injuries.
What happened to Mike Evans?
Suspended because he was about to fight last
wow.
week in New Orleans. Hey, he from that H-Town, baby. You can't come over Mike.
Don't play with him.
We gonna throw the first lick.
Don't play with him.
Exactly. So so it was a bad game. Defense did pretty well. Rodgers was able to pull out a win. Brady was frustrated. They had a chance to tie it, but they couldn't execute. They ended up being like against the clock, pushed them back, and then incomplete pass. He's not throwing at nobody. I mean,
do you feel like that falls on Brady as the leader of his team?
I think he does deserve 50% of the blame because he is the leader. As a leader, we're always going to take the blame. Yeah. But, I mean, I'm going to judge him when he get his full complement of receivers back mid-season.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then we're going to see if it's Father Time or it's Giselle. My money is on Giselle. I think she's stressing my boy out. You know, this whole...
He loved blaming the women, man.
Damn right. Everything in life fathers women.
Everything
in life fathers women.
Everything is to blame the women.
Did you see the thing that came out about Giselle being a witch?
Well, I mean...
that whole controversial, like...
It's not... I don't think that's really what it is. The thing about it is because even Thomas spoke on it. Like, his wife likes holistic methods, you know? So it can see... Like, that's not a witch. That's just her liking herbs and certain things and not really like trusting like government and medicine and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, and she's like a believer of manifestation and like she does her little manifestations. Yeah, she does her little manifestation spells, I'm sure. But even
spells,
like not even spells, but it's like a spell is kind of saying something over and over again. It's a spell technically in the definition. A spell is just saying something over and over again.
She's casting a spell.
Well, for Tom to be healthy, for Tom to do well, for the kids to grow up healthy, for manifestation them to have a bigger house or, you know, whatever.
House? Where the fuck
whatever. I mean, wherever she wants to manifest it, she does it in a way that is kind of a way that people would think is a witch because they haven't tapped into the third eye. When you tap into your third eye, you know about manifestation.
You got a third eye?
Yeah. It's right here. It's right here.
Damn. Yeah. Hopefully they don't look as bad as that Doctor Strange eye. I mean, that shit would look kind of fucked up.
But I think she's good for Tom. Honestly, you know, I think she's good for Tom because you don't hear anything about her besides being a mom, besides being a wife. It's the same, you know, kind of thing that I feel like also to LeBron James. Like you just don't hear anything really just about too bad about them cheating on their spouse, and because you know we know what the rest.
We know what happens. We know what happens.
Because we shouldn't, because that'll lead us into our next topic. So should we talk about that?
No, we shouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, all I'm gonna say is, I think Tom came into the season unfocused. His wife, you know, he had to literally leave practice and didn't practice much this whole off season. Yeah. Because I guess she thought he was gonna retire. She was mad he didn't retire. They have some problems, and she took the kids. All types of drama. Hey, Jizzy, just leave my boy Tom alone, just for this season. Can we get one more Super Bowl? Like just one more Super Bowl.
I think what you're saying with his wide receivers being out, I think that's probably was a huge hit. You know. I
agree.
You know, and that's probably a big reason because Tom, he needs someone to throw it to. I mean, he's a great quarterback, but without the proper person to catch the ball, Tom, his job is only halfway done.
Tom, you know as you can see, you could throw it to her. Like, for sure, throw it. She's gonna get you all the interceptions. See,
there we go. There we go. You know what it is.
Soft ass throw. Oh shit! Oh damn it! That's violence. Hey, before we go to topic number three, right? Can I just show my leather pants? Because I'm actually proud of these hoes. Look at this thing. Look at this.
I don't know if they can see.
Hey,
might have to get in the front.
Look at that. Well, the boy got style. You know what I'm saying? I try to be like Prince, you know what I'm saying? I'm packing a little bit.
Are they plastic?
No, they not plastic. Nigga, they leather. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like the new version of The Rock. No, don't show yours, please.
Okay, hold on.
My friend already seen all of it already.
Keep that. Y'all see what it say?
Cap. Because you all cap.
Only for the gang. Only for Rolling Loud, baby.
Yeah. You guys be the judge. Who's flyer right now?
You know what it is. Type in the comments.
You know what I'm saying? Your boy.
But let's get into topic number 3. So topic number 3 is very interesting because right before Lisbon, a bitch was in London. And I landed in London the day after Queen Elizabeth passed. There was a lot of controversy surrounding Queen Elizabeth, even with people that I talked to in London. Because I talked to people, most people didn't want to be put on camera though. I'm like, damn, what type of shit is this? Like, they were like, I don't want to talk on camera, but I'll tell you how I really feel about it. And I'm like, okay, like, is someone gonna come after you?
They're not brave in England. They're not like Americans. They don't fight for shit.
Yeah, they were like no one wanted to really be on camera. Like, I'm like, okay, but they were telling me, you know, the black people feel unjustly treated by the Queen. Of course. And, you know, they aren't really, like, sad that she has passed away. And then I talked to some white kids, and they're like, oh, my gosh, it's the saddest thing that ever happened in the world. So London is very, like, split, but mainly mourning. The whole country's mainly mourning. Yeah. The whole city's mainly mourning. But then it's also just a little split into the minorities. And because London, what I found out while I was there, is a very class system. Yeah. It's very, very classist. Like, to the point that way more than America. It's, like, crazy. Like one of my friends was so mad because we were at an after party. We were, like, the after party at the hotel. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted a lighter. And, you know, we don't care who we ask a lighter for, right? We don't give we really don't care who it is. Like, anybody we're talking to, we'll ask one from. So I asked it from this guy that I guess, like, I mean, he probably didn't, like, he had a lot of money or whatever, but he was, like, he had a lighter in his hand. So I was like, oh, can I get your lighter? My friend came, grabbed me, threw me in the corner, was like, oh my gosh, absolutely don't do that. Like, don't be seen talking to that person and da-da-da-da. I'm like, damn, like, that's how classist the system is out here, that you're not even allowed to talk to somebody that might look, he wasn't even homeless. You know, he just didn't look like, he wasn't like a you know, an attractive lad or whatever, but he wasn't like, I guess he looked a little dinky, but I just wanted his lighter. So that's how much I saw the class system out there. And I guess people at the bottom feel, you know, the most unfairly treated by the people at the top. Yeah. And it is kind of a sad thing. Yeah. I know regardless, she did do a 7-year reign, you know, and she was a woman and, you know, did it for a very long time and did, I think, servability is the best way. And my insight to what I heard is that a lot of people around the Queen are racist, but the Queen wasn't actually racist. The Queen actually pardoned Snoop Dogg when he had issues in the UK. Snoop Dogg had an issue in London, had an issue in the UK, and she actually pardoned him and make sure he was good, make sure he could perform and all of that, you know. And Snoop Dogg is a pot smoking, black ass rapper. You know what I'm saying? It don't get much, you know, hood or whatever than Snoop Dogg, and for her to kind of accept that, I mean, that shows a little bit about her, you know. I don't know, but they said a lot of her people, her staff was racist, but not actually the queen. The insiders that I've heard.
Well, I appreciate your insiders. They've definitely done their job. Whoever hired them, I can tell you right now, the queen that oversaw colonization and all the crazy things that happen around the world is definitely racist. If we're gonna say that Trump is racist, then the queen by standards should be racist. I feel like if under your rule things is happening like what happened in South Africa, just all the stuff that happened over time.
Yeah.
If you're the reigning monarch, shouldn't you be the one to be able to be like, hey, none of that?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like I you know, so I don't really have no opinion on the queen. I feel like everybody's surprised she died. She's almost 100 years old.
Yeah.
See, that's what people do when they get to 100 years old. They die.
Exactly.
So I mean, I was just like, she's just old. She died. I mean, so I didn't feel sad or happy. I just thought an old person died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna be old one day.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I think people kind of overblew it. You know, it is what it is.
I think, you know, she became queen when she was 25 years old, I believe.
Yeah.
It's either 21 or 25.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, it's just in that time, like, that's all that they knew, you know? So it's like the end of an era for a lot of people, and just...
I agree. I mean, it
it's-
is. She's a symbol of a nation that was
Yeah.
once great.
Exactly.
And I think that's the biggest problem is
Yeah.
she's the last remaining symbol of what England used to be when they were at the height of their power.
Yeah.
And now that she's gone, they don't have anything left.
Exactly.
So-
But, like, corrupt prime ministers and a bunch of crazy shit going on.
And she ain't do nothing
over
to help Meghan Markle either. I mean, I'm pretty sure she said, hey, leave her alone. You know, they would stop fucking trolling her ass. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, Queen.
The Meghan Markle shit
We
is
will
just
see you.
is some shit. But
I won't be where you're being. I'll be up there. You know what I'm saying?
R.I.P. Queen Elizabeth.
R.I.P. What's love?
A 70-year reign has come to an end. You know, I don't know. Like, it's such controversial, but I do think that I'm sad that she died, although you were old. And, you know, I think that in some ways, I did look up to the Queen in certain ways and her leadership abilities and certain things. And I don't think, because I wasn't personally affected, it's hard to, like, feel like, you know, she was like this or she was like that, because I didn't know her and I don't know the situations and the background of it, but I know that she did a 70-year reign as a female queen, and that's something to be respected. So R.I.P. Queen.
R.I.P. Even though Queen don't really do nothing. I mean, Prime Minister has all the power and
the Prime Minister was snorting cocaine and having hoes and a whole bunch of shit. It was crazy.
That's everybody.
They was telling me a whole bunch of tea out there in London. London gives it up, y'all.
I know, that's why we like it.
It gets crazy out there. It gets crazy. But let's go ahead into topic number 3. Ooh, this is crazy. This is funny. I think we're gonna have opposing opinions on this, because it's kind of, is it man versus woman? I don't know. I think it's just P versus not P. So we're going right into Dababy. Dababy came out with a new album, and right now Dababy doesn't have as much as hype as he used to. Right now Dababy isn't like as really like in the blogs or really like getting talked about as much as he used to. So he has to use controversy as a way to help sell album sales.
Yeah.
You know, it happens to everybody. Everybody uses controversy to help sell the album sales. So we can't be mad about that. But we can be a little bit weirded out by how he did it. Because basically in his new song Boogeyman, he reveals that can I play the sound for y'all? Or fuck, I should have had that ready. He basically says, I had sex the day before she said Tory Lane shot her. I was fucking on Megan Thee Stallion. So that's kissing and telling in his raps to the world about a woman that he laid in bed with. Is that P? Is that P?
Pass it to P.
Is it P? Is that P kissing and telling about fucking a girl that's famous and you're famous too?
You know, I'm kind of in the middle on this one because
please,
are
you a kiss and teller?
No, I'm not a snitch.
You're not a kiss
and teller. But you know how we grew up. You know what I'm saying? Snitches get stitches. You feel me? But I look at it like this: Megan it's just kind of, Hollywood's all messy. I mean, if you chilling with Tory, you fucking with Tory, and you fucking the baby the day before you fucking Tory, and you wonder why all that drama started. Exactly. It made you lead up to Tory. Was probably was like, yo, you know, how you chilling with me, but you fucking everybody. I mean, so we don't know why. I'm just speculating here. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I just look at it like
it's messy, is what you're saying.
It's messy, but even in Megan, all her songs is messy. I mean, everything these people talk about is messy. Hollywood's just messy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They got some beef going on. Probably she's probably not returning his call. He probably want to hit it again. Yeah. He hit it right, you know. So she disappeared. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's just his way of getting back to it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's not something I would do. But I'm not hating on him for doing it because women do it all the time. All these lip service, all these podcasts, they go on there and talk about the rappers they fucked or who. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
That they do that. The groupie hoes do that. But I think it's just more like kicking a horse or kicking a dog when it's down.
Or kicking a stallion.
Kicking a stallion when it's down. You know, I really feel like that's more or less what it is because she's already kind of got the world against her with is she telling the truth? Is she lying? Yeah. She's had a lot of like hits this year, you know, to her career and her personal life. And I feel like he was just like, okay, well, you know what? Everyone's talking shit about Megan. I'm just going to go ahead and do it too. Which is not really something to kind of respect. And it's like, the baby, I think you're really a talented artist. You're a talented rapper. And I feel like you don't have to resort to those type of methods of dropping a girl you fucked line. Because I think you forgot, the baby. Your fan base is 80% women. And if you think women are cool with kissing and telling and you saying that on the track, I mean, you might gain respect with the boys a little bit, but really with the girls, you kind of lost with that. So it's like, I think the baby always kind of forgets his fan base because I don't think he wants his fan base to be women. You know? No. So it's like, I think he kind of forgets and just does what he wants, but it's like you have to pay attention to your fan base. And I think a lot of women were kind of offsetted by him, you know, kissing and telling in his raps.
I mean, he already done slapped a woman like a few times and all that type of stuff. So they ain't leave him then. They ain't leaving him now.
I mean, that's what's going down though. His fan base is declining. He had to cancel a concert because he couldn't sell enough tickets. You know, it's like his shit is going down. So that's why he felt like he needed to get his name back in the blogs again. But I think just be a little bit more P with it, little baby. Like, I don't think you had to expose that you like. What's so special that you fucked her? Like, okay, you fucked her. And what? She's just another celebrity. Was it really was it really something to drop in your songs though?
Yeah, I mean,
we already knew. First of all, we already knew the baby had probably fucked Megan Thee Stallion. We already kind of knew that.
I mean, all of it's small circle.
Yeah, we already kind of knew that. So if you didn't have to really say it, the baby. Like, I don't know. Did you want some type of clout points? Did you want brownie points? Did you wanted to make somebody jealous? You wanted to make her mad? Just seems like a big game.
I want to see if she's gonna deny it or she's gonna keep it real. We'll
she hasn't said anything yet, I believe. Have y'all seen anything? I don't think she's said anything yet.
Let's see what happens.
I think she's just trying to ignore it and hope it'll go away, and that's the best thing to do sometimes, you know. So
I think that she completely ignored it.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do sometimes when people just say things. You're like, okay, yeah, you fucked me, okay, and what? You'll never fuck again, you know. So that's probably why she's just hitting it quiet. But the baby, that's not P. Not P. Okay, you want to lead topic number 4?
What's topic number? What we got?
Udoka?
Oh, okay. So check this out. So
well, really, NBA. So just
NBA. So Boston Celtics coach Ume Udoka, who's actually Nigerian.
Yes.
So I mean, I'm gonna have to pick my words carefully. you know, Ivo Queno. You feel me?
Ivo Queno.
I don't finish last. All right. So check this out. So he had an affair with. You know what? The crazy thing about what's happening here is people forgetting the entirety of it. They're only focused on Nia Long angle. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of back detail.
With an executive. Executive's wife.
Exactly. So the coach had an affair with another person in the organization who was the wife of another person in the organization. Now everybody's worried about Nia Long, but to be fair, damn, even that motherfucking thing worried about Nia Long.
Well, they knew that was the truth.
To be fair, Nia Long's the only person that really wasn't married, and she was just
situation.
So
long time partners, what they call themselves. Yeah.
Honestly, so she's probably the least affected by this actual situation.
Yeah.
You know, but everybody's making it seem like it's her that's so damaged. Honestly, the dude that don't got nothing to do with this married to the woman at the organization where his coach is fucking his wife.
Did you hear about how he found out?
Oh my goodness!
Did you hear about how he found out?
No, please go ahead and tell me.
Ring camera. They were having a private conversation. on the Ring camera. Forgot the Ring camera was there. Probably saying a little goodbye,
shit.
little goodbye
At the house?
kiss at the house on the
Oh
Ring
my
camera.
goodness, rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake. First of all,
Hell no.
unplug the Ring if the person's coming off rip. Like what? Unplug the Ring.
How you know that?
I'm just saying, like that just seems smarter. That seemed like the smarter thing to do. So they were having a conversation, and then he ended up telling obviously the team about it, and the team did not reach out to Nia.
Wow.
They just announced it publicly. How do you feel about the way that they handled that? How do you feel about that? 'Cause I have my feelings about that.
Stephen A. Smith already kind of harbored on this.
Yeah.
I feel like it didn't make sense because it's either you were going to fire him completely and say why, or keep him and just suspend him but keep it private and just call it like some type of public relation matter, team matter. What didn't make sense is that they did the opposite of both. They came out and blasted him. Yeah. Didn't really explain the full details of what exactly happened, because there's speculation out there that there's more than one person asked that this has also happened with him. Now I don't know that, I believe he's a Nigerian boy, black men don't cheat, so you know what I'm saying, but it just kind of didn't make sense. So but then they held him for a year and didn't fire him. And now they're saying, oh well, even after a year we still may not fully hire him. It's like it doesn't make any sense. It's like it's like breaking up with, saying I'm not breaking up with you, but we're not together for a year, but we might be together after a year or something like that. It's just kind of odd. It's like,
what happened to okay, so he got suspended for a year. What happened to the girl?
I don't know.
What's happening with her?
That's what I want to know. She should be fired.
Is she gonna get fired? Is anything gonna happen to her? No.
This is asinine.
Make it fair. Make it fair. And if because they had a consensual relationship. It's not like he was sitting there and like sexually harassing the woman or anything like that. So I feel like for Boston to just suspend him, and then we hear nothing about the reparations for her, this whole situation is weird. And I think the suspension, I think it was harsh.
It was way too harsh.
I think it was really
he
harsh.
shouldn't have been suspended at all.
I don't get it.
I don't think so. Honestly, if I was the dude whose wife it was, I've been like, hey, bro, don't suspend him, bro. He just showed me that my wife a hoe. Somebody else was going to hit her if it wasn't going to be
like,
you.
What?
So, I mean, thank you, bro. Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We out. Let's go win this championship. Get her ass out of here. I wouldn't even be worried about her right now.
I mean, I think it's wrong, but I think there's personal and there's business. I guess those two do kind of mix to a certain extent, and I understand where they were at work, so maybe there should have been an infraction, or maybe, he did have to miss a game or two or whatever like that. Whatever. But games. I think the for them to do it for a whole year is just absolutely. It's kind of some baseball fan shit, to be
NBA
honest.
Suspensions.
It is.
So when
we can talk about what just happened with
Deshaun.
Deshaun Watson.
And I actually think that was too harsh too. But
I'm
not gonna go there.
But even then, that was something that was a little bit more
crazy, way crazy. That was like
some accusations.
That was 20-something people.
In case y'all didn't know, Deshaun Watson. 20-something girls are claiming, sexual assault and stuff. And what was his punishment?
I think he got 11 games or something like anywhere from like 11, 10 games, something like that.
Yeah, he got some, but it's like for that to not even be as harsh, and then for y'all to do him this harsh is just kind of.
Then you got consensual sex, and you suspended him for a whole
year. It's crazy.
A year. A man,
crazy.
A black man. That made it to NBA Finals just last year with a young team. They could have ran it back. Mm-hmm. Who knows what could have happened. Mm-hmm. Now that's just causing a whole bunch of dysfunction. And it's staining his name too.
And we already don't have black, male or even, people in that are coaches of NBA and NFL teams. So it's just like it's absolutely nuts for them to do it. To one of and then a guy that was really, he did a damn good job. Like you said, he brought his team to the finals last year. That's the cup. That's the main thing that you want to do. So for them to kind of like, they kind of didn't, I feel like, appreciate his efforts for them to do it like that so quickly and so easily. Yeah. They kind of used him and tossed him to the side.
It's common.
Yeah.
In high places like that, NBA, NFL, Hollywood, music industry, everybody fucks everybody underneath them. That's just, I'm just keeping it 100. If you got power, like you fucking people, like that's just life.
No, what's happening with him, it happens in a lot of teams.
And a lot of people on the Celtics do that. A lot of the executives on Celtics do that.
That's what everybody came out.
Is they're saving face since his was exposed, and it's with somebody else in the organization.
Exactly.
If the husband wouldn't have been part of the organization,
it would have been none of
it would have never came out. But now it's like everybody else is looking like, this how you gonna treat me if somebody fuck my wife?
Exactly.
So now they throwing him out there as an example.
That's an example, which is really fucked up, honestly.
It's fucked up, but you know, it is what it is.
What else is happening in the NBA?
I mean, we getting ready for the season. Giannis was interviewed the other day. He called Steph Curry the best player in the NBA. And, you know, he says
a lot of players
Steph,
are saying that.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this. I really think we're sleeping on the player Steph is around, because when Steph was by himself, they didn't even make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I think Andrew Wiggins was actually the best player in that finals. So, I mean, I get it. You win. You're the best. But if we're talking about Giannis is just being humble. Giannis is the best player in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? People like Luka Doncic is the best player in the NBA. People who by themselves can get you to the finals by themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like another thing.
I think people like how personable Steph is, because I feel like most leaders in sports are not really that personable. Like even I heard that Tom Brady is kind of even hard to work with. You know, like I think it's hard to be personable and be nice. I mean, Tom Brady's the best, but I heard that he can be a little tough.
He's funny.
You know, this is just what I heard. Like I said, I don't really know, but you know, a lot of the best players are hard to work with, are hard to, like, you know, they want all the shine. They want, you know what I'm saying? So I think people love Steph so much because he is a team player, and he's humble, chill. And he's like the guy that you can have a beer with after the games and like kind of chill and talk, and maybe even talk about your wife with, or your, you know, talk about things that's going on in your life with and stuff like that, and that makes it even more of a better player because of how much of a good person he is. True. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what they tie in, and that's why they think they love Curry. And he is really good at leading his team. Just like you said, he can't do it by himself. But when he does have that combination together, he knows people's strengths and people's weaknesses, and he plays to them.
Yeah, sure. And we got the Suns owner too with the whole racial scandal and stuff like that. Yeah. And you know, suspending him for a year. You know, so you mean to tell me consensual sex is a year, but a racist, misogynistic, abusing motherfucker, that's only a year suspension too.
He should have got fired.
And you know what? This has been brewing up. This has been brewing up because a lot that people have been saying this has been happening over time.
It's hard being a basketball fan, man.
It is hard being a basketball fan, but I still can never be a baseball fan. So I'm just saying,
never.
All right, but so I know now he's trying to sell the team and stuff like that. But when and just like the Brett Favre thing, with about him taking the money away from the poor people, or whatever, and, that's not getting no attention either. Like I just feel like if you're black and so you do something bad, it's just you're gonna be national beatdown news. You know what I'm saying? You're a slave for the TV people. They're gonna beat down on you, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But
we wish you luck, Udoka. Maybe it can get overturned. Maybe with enough people behind you. At the end of the day, it's not right to cheat on your wife. It's not right to cheat on your wife, and it's not right or your partner, whatever. Because I think they're like longtime partners. They're basically wife without the paperwork. Type shit. True. So it's not right to cheat on your partner, especially to do it at work. It's not right, but I don't think it's fair for you to completely lose your job over, especially when it wasn't like something that was not consensual, So hopefully it'll get overturned, and hopefully people learn how to separate personal and business a little bit more. Yeah. We won't have these issues.
100.
Let's get into topic number 5. One of my coworkers has been going viral all over the internet. Her name is Brianna. We like Brianna. We love Brianna, actually.
Yeah, she cool.
Shout out to Chicken Fry. But she was on here with her friend Grace, her other coworker Grace, and basically they started some controversy because they were saying that Beyonce is overrated. But this is something that you actually have said before. But they have said Beyonce is overrated.
I've never said that. Never said that. I want to announce that.
They said Beyonce was overrated and that Lady Gaga was better than Beyonce. And people felt like that's kind of racist. Like, how could you say that? It completely blew up into this big thing.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think about that?
Man, listen.
The Barstool girls are always saying something. Last time Kelly was like, Whitney Houston is not better than Taylor Swift.
But
Barstool, the
my
Barstool
whole thing is why
fan.
they always got to put down a black person and put a white person.
Exactly.
Up. If it's just like if they would have said another black, if they would say Rihanna, or something, then it makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's like you're just throwing a white person up, and
Oh,
so it looks racist.
Kind of bad, yeah.
When you consistently do it,
Yeah.
And we don't want to say we work for a racist company. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of the ignorance that people talk about.
Yeah.
Ignorance, racism. Call it whatever you want to call it. That's depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I think they know what they're doing, like you said. You know, I don't know if that's how they necessarily feel.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just.
I think it's. I think it was. I thought it was interesting, or at least laughable, comedic, when I saw the viral clip, because I guess that, you know, I can see Chicken Fry not listening to Beyonce.
Yeah.
Beyonce is for a certain type
certain
of girl.
type
I mean,
of
you know,
girl,
that dresses a certain way and look, you know, probably acts a
Talk
certain
about it
way,
too.
and you know, like, you know, so it's like, Beyonce probably isn't for you, Chicken Fry, and I can see why you would like Lady Gaga weird ass. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, it's just that's more your shit that you would fuck with, and Beyonce was somebody I would fuck with.
Exactly.
I don't think it's necessarily just a so bad thing. It just shows the culture clash between us two cultures. You know what I'm saying?
And baseball fans.
Between us and the baseball fans, it's a huge culture clash, because, you know, Lady Gaga is a great person and a great artist and a great performer, but she doesn't really hold a card to what Beyonce's done.
Yeah.
You know, and I think for you to kind of compare the two is a little disrespectful. But you know, they're doing controversy.
Yeah.
The clip went
Controversy
everywhere.
sells.
The clip, I think it got on the Shade Room.
Yeah, controversy
I think
sells.
it went everywhere. So I think that's you know, it's kind of smart, but then it kind of makes you look bad at the same time, and kind of stupid. So it's just a hard rock and a hard rock in a hard place.
Yeah, Queen Bee all day. I mean, if they were talking about who's a better actress, then Gaga all day. She's an Academy level actress. But if you're talking about just as an artist or as a brand or mogul, then
it shouldn't be
definitely
compared.
It's not a comparison.
It shouldn't be compared.
Sure.
But so Chicken Fry's getting a lot of slack for it. I don't think she cares. You know,
No,
I think
she does not
I think
give
that
a
her
fuck.
I think her whole plan worked out
She cool
perfectly.
as hell,
So shout out to Chicken Fry and Grace. And sorry, Beyonce is a light years ahead of Lady Gaga.
And we gotta get Chicken Fry on here to come explain herself.
We need to.
Yeah,
she's on her college tour, but definitely maybe we should tap her in, call her in, and be like, hey, what the fuck? Why did you say that?
We need an answer.
That would be great. I think we should.
So that way we
need to do that.
Everybody else.
We need to go and find out that reaction. We coming for you, Chicken Fry. We coming for your ass. All right. So you want to go into topic number 6?
PnB Rock. All right. So, as we all know, Pbnrock. That's how you say his name, right? PnB Rock. Yeah, she wrote it wrong. I knew something was off on that motherfucker. Y'all done set me up. In my head. Listen, man, listen. I had to double take on that computer because I knew something wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? But I set myself up for it, so it's okay. Now, obviously, he was murdered. And the big takeaway people are getting from it is like, people blaming his girlfriend for it. They're saying that she either set him up or her negligence set him up, and it's just sad how many rappers is just consistently passing away. Like we're losing. Rappers are dropping like flies, especially, and they're the young ones too. It's not even the older one. All the black rappers are just dying. Like so, you gotta look at it like this: is it a community thing? Because if the white people the rap, I don't hear, Eminem's not dead. Vanilla Ice, he alive, right? Somewhere? I don't know where the hell he at. He's probably in Iceland or something.
I think it's kind of unfortunate, but people think that California is sweet. They think LA is sweet. They think they can let their guard down out there. When they're here in New York, maybe in Chicago, or even in their hometown, they have a lot of, guards up. They have security with them. They make, you can tell that it's like not to play around here. LA, it looks pretty, but it's ugly. So people get it kind of twisted and confused. I think people go to the wrong neighborhoods without checking in, without, you ain't bring no toys for the kids, but you in Compton. You ain't holler at the OG, but you in Compton. That's something that LA, that culture, they take a lot of like disrespect on, and I think it was unfortunate that he went to the Compton Roscoe's instead of going to the Hollywood one that all the celebrities go to, or even the La Brea one that all the celebrities go to. He ended up going to one in Compton in the middle of the hood with all his chains on. I heard he had like $5 million worth of jewelry on him. You know, it's like leaving a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
You know, like it's bound for something bad to happen, and I feel bad because his girlfriend got a lot of slack on the posting the location, the thing, but I feel like that's something that we all really do without thinking.
Yeah.
We all post where we at. We posted we at Rolling Loud.
I agree, but he's done told her not to do it before.
I read about the little thing. I read about the backstory
and
on it. Yeah.
You gotta wonder why they didn't rob her for her jewelry. If jewelry was what they wanted, why didn't they shoot and rob her too, knowing that she had
a little shit.
But I mean, it's, you know, it's still worth money. If money is what you came for, you're gonna get all of it.
Yeah.
You know, so and the video clips also look bad because when he's laying on the floor, it's not her holding him, and it's all the workers there holding him and trying to help him. Yeah. You know, so.
But she probably was in shock.
Yes,
she, you know, in that moment, you cannot judge what happened.
Did you not see Jackie Kennedy grabbing John F. Kennedy's brains after he got shot?
Some people are not good with blood. Some people are not good with trauma.
I ain't trying to hear that.
And no, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that she didn't love them.
I feel you.
It might literally be just way too traumatic.
I'm just saying.
Sure, she's in shock and can't even move.
Right. I can tell you, if any of us get shot in here, we running up to each other.
I don't know how none of y'all would act if I got shot, because I don't know how y'all would act during grief or during trauma.
It's not like the active shooter is still there. Yes, I agree. Yeah. Don't come out because you're just going to be a sitting dead bird. But everybody left. All the workers are helping. You need to come back. Like, if she was there holding his head, you know, holding his arm, baby, it's going to be okay. You know, that's what a normal person to me does. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would do that for anybody I fuck with. So, I mean, when you take that picture of she's not there, and then you take the picture of also why did she get shot and robbed, and then you take the picture of he told her not to do it before, now you start to paint a bigger rainbow. You know, I'm not accusing her. I'm just saying why it can look a certain way, right? You understand? So, you know,
I think it was an unfortunate accident, and I think it really sucks because his artistry was amazing, and you know, he owned all his masters, so obviously he was a very smart. Awesome. He was a very smart man, and then he'll be able to give that to his family. Yeah, that's I never heard of him having any issues. I never really heard of him having any beef. Everybody in the industry seemed to love him. Yeah. So I think this is a really sad thing for the industry, and I want us to learn from what happened to Pop Smoke. I want us to learn from what happened to Tupac, what happens to all these people, you know, Biggie, what happens to everyone when they come to LA. I want this to be kind of a lesson for people, because it is sad that we have to lose so many artists like this coming to LA and not really checking in, not really being down with the culture, not really being, you know, understanding of it, more just being cocky. Like, I'm that nigga, I'm good everywhere, you know? Sure. It's like, you're good, but your life is the most important. So it's like, if you got to pay $10,000 to the OG so you can be safe in Compton, if you want to go to Compton, that's what you got to do, because $10,000 worth, we would rather pay that 1,000,000 times than see you lose your life. You know what I'm saying? So I hope it's a lesson for people to come. LA is not sweet, and if you're going to come to the hood, check in if you're a big artist.
For sure.
Check in.
Yeah.
So R.I.P. to Rock, man. My condolences to your family, your friends, everybody that knew you, because I'm sad that I never got to meet you and will never have a chance. But thank you for what you did for music.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree. And you know, for the youngsters out there, like, you know, you don't need to go to the hood. There's a reason why the OGs like Diddy and all them still living. They got a lot of enemies, but nobody can get to them because
Nipsey died in the hood.
You're never gonna see them ever go to the hood ever. Exactly. They're gonna be where they know that they're gonna be okay.
Safe. Mm-hmm.
It's not about ego. It's not about trying to prove something to nobody. You got your money. You living a good life. Like, just go where you good. You know. So.
I agree, bro.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well,
that was
next
good advice.
topic.
Okay, so we got topic number 8. We got Kanye versus everybody. Have you been seeing what's going on?
Not by choice.
Okay. no Kanye. No Kanye slander will be allowed on the Tiko saying, you know, that's my guy.
Say anything.
Kanye versus everybody. Kanye versus Adidas.
Okay.
So basically, do you know Yeezy is 65% of Adidas sales?
Wow.
Total.
Wow.
For everything they've ever created.
That's crazy.
It's 65%. That's how much of a hold the Yeezy has on the culture, right? And instead of them, you know, like applauding him with that and giving him more room to grow, they're pretty much little manning him. They hired a new CEO, of his brand and didn't tell him. He don't know who the person is, didn't interview him, never met him, and they're the CEO of his brand. You know, they're basically like, they have these big meetings, they don't invite him. You know, they just treat him basically like he said on the interview with ABC, he's the mascot. Oh, go buy Yeezy, go buy Yeezy. That's how they treat him as. Just a mascot and nothing really to do with the brand. Or really, you know, it's like they don't respect him as a person because they think that he's crazy. Wow. Right? So they want him for his famous, you know, his status, but they don't really want his intelligence or anything like that. And we know that he's a very intelligent and creative man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they're pushing him off the table. I mean, if it's a public relations disaster, I also understand that, because if a CEO of a company does do a lot of crazy stuff publicly, then they do kind of push them out the board. That's normal. But I'm not saying that's what it is, but I don't know how Kanye acts in those meetings and how professional he is in those meetings. It's a lot of things that I'm not aware
if you're going to do
about.
business with Kanye West, you should already be prepared for anything that comes with him. Don't sign a deal with Kanye West and then be mad a couple of months later when he has a rant. When he goes on one of his Gemini rants. That's who he's been since 2002. That's who he's been since he went, George Bush doesn't care about black people. That's who he's been since he got on stage at the VMAs and said Taylor Swift doesn't deserve this. That's who he's been for his entire life. So don't now be like Kanye's too crazy to align with. Kanye's been outspoken and crazy his entire career. So it's nothing new. And y'all aren't going to use him because at the end of the day, everyone that buys Kanye shoes is going to buy it regardless of his rants. It's just what it is. No one's going to be like, oh, I'm not going to buy Yeezy anymore because Kanye's going crazy on Instagram. Not one single consumer. Really what they're trying to do is they're trying to do some little bro shit and leave the black creative man to the side, and then instead put a whole bunch of white people in and make the new, you know, creators of his brand. And he created his brand. None of y'all did. He collaborated with y'all, but for y'all to try to take it from him, it's wrong, because y'all know, you know, Kanye been trying to do fashion since he started music. So this has been 20 years in of him fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting to get in fashion. Then when he finally gets in fashion, still not respected. But he's one of the biggest artists in the world.
True. I mean, obviously they're not showing him the same love that Nike showed Jordan. I guess that's kind of what he was looking for. That Yeezy would be like its own specific brand,
exactly,
to the side,
exactly,
under the umbrella
of Adidas,
its own
exactly,
free thing.
exactly,
you know, kind of like how Jordan is.
Exactly.
And maybe he should talk to Jordan about that. Like, you know, like, how did you establish this? What was the route you took? Who are the people that helped make it happen for you? How do I get that type of control over my brand like you did?
What was interesting too in the ABC interview, you know, back in 2006, he did an interview with Sway. You know, the famous interview, right? Yeah. And Sway says, why don't you just do shit on your own, man? Forget all these people. Do shit on your own. Just do it. Go ahead. Do it. You have the ability to do it. Why don't you do it? And then Kanye was like, Sway, you ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway. You ain't got the ansers. So and in the interview, full circle, damn, almost 20 years later, the interviewer was like, Sway was telling you what to do. And you know, when he said in the interview, he said, I have to admit, Sway had the answers, you know, so it's kind of interesting that people been trying to tell him to do it on his own, and he felt like he needed other people. He needed more money. You know, Adidas has more money and they can fund certain things, but the whole time all you ever needed was yourself, Kanye. True. And I think that's inspirational for the rest of these artists that are coming up too. We're now looking at it like, damn, if we want creative control, we don't need to go with these big brands. We don't need to go with these big names, you know. We need to just go with ourselves. So, you know, I love Kanye because I think he's a martyr for people. So it's like we get to see his mistakes, you know, and we get to see him front line and be like, okay, we can learn from that and adapt to our life and see how we would move. We probably wouldn't sign a deal with a big company if we know we want creative control over our shit. Yeah. Because it's not about a buck with Kanye. It's actually about quality, you know, and his brand. So that's the cool thing. They're trying to make him too generic. Mass produced, you know? So understood. He also has issues with Gap. He was supposed to be doing a collaboration with them, and they're basically the same thing. Like, he wanted to open up stores in Chicago, where he's from there, right? Yeah. He wanted us to open up stores in Atlanta. That's where he grew up at, right? Or that's where he was born. He was born in Atlanta and he grew up in Chicago. So he wanted to open up stores in these places, and they basically because of the demographic, they don't want to open up the stores there. And he's just like, well, like that's not appealing to what I want to do, and this is supposed to be my brand, it's supposed to be my collaboration with y'all, but y'all just want to do New York and LA and make it all white, and I don't want to do that. I want people in the hood wearing my shit. Basically, that's what he wants. You know, that they don't want that, right? They want to overprice it and have the Soho people wearing it and the LA people wearing it and stuff like that. So it's just kind of a disagreement on like the foundation of what he wants the brand to be.
Damn. Keep fighting, Kanye.
Keep fighting for your artistic right, because I think you deserve it. You've went through so many years of wanting to be respected in fashion, and now you're finally really doing it. And I don't let them take it away from you. Don't do that, Kanye. Yeah. So much love to you, and we wish you well luck on your journey.
Good luck.
Okay, you want to introduce the topic number 9?
Yeah. Man, who got the scissors to cut this shit off? This shit's been bothering me. I've been trying to get this shit off you for the fucking long.
I got scissors in the
front.
front.
For you, that shit look wild because you got every fucking different version of it. For me, it just looked like this nigga got purple. Like, I'm a purple boy. You feel me? And it's clashing with my gold. You feel me? I gotta stay fresh, baby, all day.
You don't need the scissors right now.
It's all good. I'll get that.
Okay.
All right, so we got Little Mermaid, Under the Sea.
Under the sea.
Under
Wish
the
I could
sea.
be.
Yeah, need it better. Where it is better. Take it from me.
Part of your world.
What do they got? All type of sign. We got the old Christian band. Did I say it right? I don't know. I think I fucked that hoe up.
Wait, how does it go? How's the song? I wanna be where the people are. You don't know the song?
I do.
Okay.
No,
Part of your world. That's a beautiful song.
It is.
Very beautiful song. Halle looked beautiful in the trailer.
Man,
she looked amazing.
I can talk about her all day.
Let's talk
because I've been always been from day one, years ago. I mean, because I used to tell you even with the Do It song and stuff. I told you about them girls. I've always thought, man, this girl is like, she's not gorgeous in the typical type of gorgeous. She different, but she stunning.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about. Yeah. You could see that in her. She's gonna be that next Rihanna level person. She's gonna be that next transcendent of her race, just world superstar. She's gonna be the next big movie star, next everything. Like it's like she has a classy vibe to her. Like,
yeah, definitely.
It's different than her sister. Her sister is going to be a nice musician and all,
She has everything, kind of like Beyonce.
Yeah, she's going to be that transcendent level star. And, man, I'm here for it. I don't really care about too much about that type of stuff. I'm not really anybody's fan. I don't give a fuck about
She's
her, man.
facing a lot of backlash, obviously. Because people want their characters to stay the complete same. And they don't want any change. And the fact that, Ariel went from a red-haired girl, white girl, to a red-haired locks, dreaded black woman, was just enough to make people really just get upset. But I think that, obviously, we can see from the trailer, she's going to do very well in it. And I think that it doesn't matter what people have to say. You have to still tune in, and you're going to still tune in May when it drops. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think we're really proud of Halle because this opened up more roles for black people in these type of films. You know what I'm saying? To be honest,
I'm trying to figure out what race is a fish. What color is a fish?
Yellow.
I'm confused. I feel like fishes come in every single color that's out there. Yeah. I didn't even know fishes can have a race. Does lions have races? I
would say they were black if they did have a race. I would say they were black. I would say they were exactly.
Does a whale, a shark have a race? I'm confused. Like, a mermaid is a fish.
Yeah.
That
not
lives
really
in the
real.
sea. I mean, it's a made-up animal. So, I just think those people just they're just looking for a reason to hate.
Exactly.
In this world, there's people who are looking for reasons to hate and people that's looking for reasons to love.
I agree.
Right? So, they just fall on that side.
Exactly.
Because I could tell you right now, there had been a Black Mermaid movie. I wouldn't give a fuck if they made them Asian or white. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that. I care about making Martin Luther King white. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't do something like that, but
Yeah.
just having your own
A
creative
fictional
freedom.
character, yeah.
Yeah,
it's kinda
exactly.
crazy.
You know, that shit's made up. You know,
And even
exactly.
even the trends that are on you know, on social media are basically of like the black girls watching the Little Mermaid trailer for the first time. I think it's amazing because I know I've seen the memes,
That is
the
stupid.
racist memes.
That's stupid as hell.
I've seen the racist memes. It's
That's-
absolutely nuts.
It's not
But
the same as Mel Gibson being Martin Luther King.
Honestly, it's
That's a real
always like,
person.
remember it happened in Star Trek with the
Yeah.
black girl that, you know, came on there. Every time that really, honestly, you know, a black person is put up to be in a main saga that never had black people. Oh my gosh! Like it's just the same thing that happened when we popularized America, right? They're like, oh my gosh, we ain't black people, we about to go crazy, you know. So I think it's just the same thing. They want to stick to what's the same and what's no, baby. The world is growing and the world is changing. We already had a black president. We're gonna have a whole y'all gonna keep seeing black people everywhere. So just stay mad at it if you want to, but we're not going anywhere. You know why? Because we have a lot of talent. True. She at her audition, she beat out those other girls with the talent. She beat it out. She didn't get the role because she's Halle Bailey. I'm gonna be real. She didn't get the role for that. She got the role because she was the most talented person.
And the person
so respect
right.
that.
Yeah.
Respect that.
Exactly.
That's all it is. Black, white, whatever. She was the best at the audition. So she got the role. And shout out to the director, even though he knew that was going to cause, controversy.
He was bold.
To add her in.
Yeah.
Because I did see the original Ariel.
Yeah.
Because I went and did my little research on it. I saw the original
girl.
Ariel. Yeah. And she was like, she not Halle
supported
Bailey.
her at least.
And that's cool. And that's awesome. That's
But
what I'm
she ain't
saying.
Halle Bailey.
She not. She
Right.
not Halle Bailey. So it's
Halle.
like, I see why. And I'm glad that whatever happened. Do you know what happened why she couldn't play?
No, I'm not.
I don't
Maybe
know
because
either.
she's a little bit older.
Okay.
And you know
'Cause
how
I
Hollywood
they
is
came
with-
out with the cast.
Yeah.
And then it got revamped.
Yeah.
So I don't know the tea on that, but I do wonder what happened that they had to switch the main roles out.
You know, but it worked out for the better.
It did
Like,
work
I'm
out
excited.
for the better. And I'm
really
very excited to see her. I think it's going to be great. We're going to
Thank
watch
you.
it together?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. We're going to watch that
We always
motherfucker in
watch
the
everything.
aquarium, nigga.
Ooh,
Hey, we gonna
aquarium
watch that
theater.
motherfucker under
Y'all
the
down?
super real. Hey, they need to put
Y'all down? We catch y'all in?
Hell yeah, they need to put that
Catch y'all
motherfucker
in.
under the ocean and give us some oxygen masks and some fucking speakerphones. You know what I'm saying? I'll watch that motherfucker
scuba
under there.
dive.
Yeah, exactly.
We could do that.
We could do that shit.
Yeah, we'll just speaker out of the
New York City Aquarium. Hey, set that shit up. I just gave you Aquarium some ideas. Put the motherfucking movie underwater. There we go. You all right?
We're excited to see Little Mermaid. Y'all check it out when it comes to theaters in May. We're very excited. We're supporting you, Halle. We can't wait to see it. Congratulations, and we're so proud of you.
My love. Yeah,
Okay.
more.
Tiko's topics. We're going to split it into 2 different questions.
I bet. That's
Is
right.
that cool?
Yeah.
Which you want to talk about? The first question about relationship. The next question is about music. Which one should we talk about first?
Man, music, because relationships get a little sweaty.
Let's talk about
little sweaty,
music
stanky.
first. So Tiko's topic. The first one is, okay. Recently, Future sold his catalog for an 8-figure deal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. 8 figures means like over 10 million. I'm guessing. So over 10 million, he sold his whole entire catalog. A lot of people had a lot of controversy on that.
Okay.
Because they've later on, like in 20 years, his catalog's gonna be worth a lot more than that.
True.
Right. So they're like, why would you sell your catalog when you should hold on to it? Because that's what your kids can eat from. Your kids' kids can eat from. Even Rock, he owned his masters even at a smaller scale.
He sold some of it.
He sold the beginning part of his catalog, the first chapter of his career. That's what
Okay.
he brushed on.
More than half of his catalog. More than half of his
But
catalog.
not the new super hits that he got.
But
Okay.
that's the. I
That's
mean, his
still-
old catalog though is
Yeah.
that has a lot of publishing and a lot of rights. Because I mean, people play a lot of old Future.
Yeah.
More even than his new Future. So I feel like that old Future is like.
It's worth a lot.
It's worth a lot of money. It's worth a lot of money, and he did sell it. And I wonder, is it
shouldn't
better
have.
for him people to?
He should have kept it.
He should have kept it. You don't
Yeah.
feel like it's a smart move?
I mean, what does he need the money for right now? You know what I'm saying? I feel like if it was me, I would have kept it. I would have kept it for sure, because that's something that one day, if you run it, you get, he not rapping no more. He
Yeah.
need financial help. He could sell
Yeah.
that for more than like 4 times what he's probably sold it now.
Exactly.
So it's about patience.
Yeah.
And being your own boss.
That's
you know,
true.
So
That's true.
yeah.
I think that I don't think I love me some Future, but I don't think it was a smart deal. A lot of people started coming at him, and he made a tweet saying unsuccessful people don't understand success. You know, he kind of got mad about it because probably now when he did it, he wasn't thinking so much on it. But now that everyone's coming out with their comments, now he's feeling a little hit, and now he's feeling a little personal about it. Yeah. And like, damn, did I make the right decision? Did I not? I think that, you know what it is? I don't think there's a right or wrong thing. You got to make the right decision for you. Maybe he needed the money more now than he would have needed it later. Maybe he just felt like it was something that, you know, was going to be beneficial for him. It's like make the right decision for you. But I think as your music, you hold on to it as long as you can. Yeah. As much as you can, you hold on to it. Because that's all you have as an artist. These record companies, these deals take everything out of you. You don't have nothing. You don't own anything. You don't own shit. So you kind of do own your publishing and your catalog. So that's the only thing you own in music. To sell that, it's kind of like selling your soul a little bit.
I agree. I mean, Mike Jack started that back in the 80s when he actually bought the Beatles' whole catalog. Can you believe that?
But then again, our boss sold some of his company as well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the truth, you know? So it's like maybe he had to make the better business decision for himself. You know what I'm saying?
It's getting hot.
There's no way to really, I think that's why I say you make the best deal for you. I think, you know, Dave Poitner is obviously a very, very smart and intelligent man, and he made the best decision for him. And maybe people won't understand it. Like, why did you sell some of Barstool? What the hell? And it's like, he's like, that was the best business decision for me, you know? So we can't really judge it, but I would say to hold on to what you can while you can.
I can, for sure.
Yeah. So the next Tiko topic, I saw this on the internet. I think it was interesting. Basically, a girl was arguing because she was out with her friend.
Okay.
The boyfriend came to dinner, and the boyfriend only paid for the girlfriend, right? And then she was like, "Oh, what? But you're friends with this girl. You know, act like you're cool with her. You act like you're friends with her. I don't get it. Why wouldn't you pay for her too?" So I was wondering, when you're in a relationship, is your significant other's friends that you meet with them, would you consider them your friends?
Yeah,
are they your friends?
Sort of. Not really, because if something happened, you know, they probably not gonna take your side, and a friend, somebody who got your back. So if you and her fight, they're gonna take her side. So I mean, just like niggas, you know what I'm saying? You can call, well, men are a little different because they more neutral with stuff sometimes, but. Yeah. I look at it like this: if I go on a date with a chick and she bring her friends, her friends gotta pay for whatever the hell they doing.
Exactly.
Unless I'm just like
unless you said that, unless you already
I'm like, oh, y'all all, you know, that's something you probably could do in the beginning when you're trying to get her attention. So you're like, oh, well, bring your friends, we can all go out together. I got y'all. Yeah. But it's stated though. That's communication stated. I got y'all.
Exactly. It's all about communication.
I'm gonna pay for y'all so I can hit her.
It shouldn't be such an entitlement of you feeling you're in a relationship with who you're in a relationship with, and it's not really anybody else. When you start bringing the friends and you're arguing over the friends and paying for the friends, hey baby, this is about me and you, okay? So it's like we shouldn't go too outside of it when we're arguing about what I'm doing for your friends or not doing for your friends, you know? I never feel like my boyfriend's friends are my friends, to be honest. I'll be cool with them because I'm one of the guys, you know, so I sit there and I watch the game with them, you know, I'll play the game with them, we'll smoke weed together, but I know that that's not really my friends because I know that they got my boyfriend's back. And I feel like my boyfriend, even though he might be friends with my girlfriends, that's not really his friends, you know? We're just all cool for the overall picture of what we're doing, you know? But you shouldn't feel so entitled to anybody. I don't care if the girlfriend's boyfriend has money. That doesn't mean he has to spend it on you just because you're her friend. If anything, get it from your friend and she gets it from him. Like, let it be like that type of situation. If you're going to do it like that, if you're going to be that needy, you know, then do it like that. I don't think you should directly try to get it from the boyfriend.
No, I agree with you. I think if a girl's making you do something like that, if anybody's making you do something like that, that shows you how little they feel about you.
Exactly.
That they're willing to put everybody else burden on top of you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Your significant other's supposed to want to ease that, you know, make sure you good. So I mean, you have your answer right there. So if that's happening to you, go ahead and cut that type of chick off or man off. You know,
it just is kind of, you know, it is kind of sad that the kind of culture of getting free food for men, you know what I'm saying, is just kind of like just a weird thing because it's like me. What's crazy about me is that I enjoy my company who's around me, so I won't even go on a date with a guy that I'm not feeling or I would be even slightly annoyed at because I still got to sit here with you.
True.
Whereas I could just order my own food and chill by myself. It's like, damn, I got to go through that just to get some food. Baby, I got EBT. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? No, but seriously, it's all good. I don't need that, but I feel bad for the girls that kind of have to do that, and that's like their finesse in life. I'm like, damn, girl, that's the only thing you trying to get out of life is some free food. You know, that's why you got to respect Young Miami for getting on the boats at least, and getting the jewelry, and getting, even if she gonna get embarrassed and cheated on, at least she's getting actually something out of it rather than just some free food. So I ain't gonna lie, girls, I'm not down with just the free food from just random guys that you're not interested in, because I feel like if you go on a date with a guy, he is thinking you're interested in him. So it is kind of messed up to play on those emotions and pretend like you're interested.
Exploit him.
Exploit those emotions just to get some free food. And it sounds like that's what the girlfriend's friend is doing in a certain way. Yeah. You're not a man if you can't do this. Feed me. Girl, I ain't fucking you.
Yeah. I mean, but women do that with men in sections. They come sit in your section just so you could run up a high bill.
That's different because like you need the girls in your section to look live to the other sections. Sections are about competing.
But they they run they run that hoe up.
They do. I mean, hey man, it's the price you pay for the pee-pee.
For the pee-pee.
For the pee-pee. We don't want to say it because my mama might be watching, but
she'll still be watching. What's up, Mama? I ain't talked to you so long.
Tiko? We love you. We love Mama Tiko, don't we? We love that.
Yeah, we do.
We love that.
Tiko.
Man, Pat, it was really, really good seeing you for the past 2 weeks in Lisbon, and then we had such a ball at Rolling Loud, and I love every time I see you. You know what I'm saying? We twins for life. Can't nobody stop that, man.
All day.
Hopefully I get rehired with Barstool and we just keep this thing going, man.
Yeah, Dave.
Keep this going.
Yeah, show this episode to Dave.
Yeah, definitely.
So we love Dave.
We love you, Dave. We love you, Erica. Thank you for giving us this platform. Thank you, Tiko Gang, for tuning into Surviving Barstool. Thank you, Tiko Gang, for just rocking out with me. I know y'all still, when I drop videos, I know I see some of y'all are on it still first immediately. We see all the tweets on Twitter. We know that, you love Patric, you love me, you love us as a dynamic. You love what we bring to the company, and we love you too. So just keep commenting, liking, subscribing. The only way for us to push this show out is the help of y'all. So, please share this link with your friends. Please, post it on your story. Do whatever you can to help the Tiko Texas rise up to, the potential that we can be.
For sure.
And this was episode 30 of the motherfucking Tiko 10. Now we got to pop a perk 30.
That's cap.
Bye-bye.